boys and girls, it's me again, Piper. I'm feeling a little extra relaxed today and wanted to showcase while laying down on my I Love My Grandma pillow. It's a long story as to why it's at our house, but we wanted to get back to the fact that it is Mother's Day, and I want to give a shout out to all the fantastic and amazing mothers out there and grandmothers. I even gave my mommy an extra special gift this morning called Lots and Lots of Kisses. It was a Piper Kiss Fest! Anywho, back to our story for this week, called The New Friend by Maria Puncel and illustrated by Ed Martinez. This story is a realistic fiction story, so that means that the things that happen in it can happen in real life. So the characters act like real people, and all the events in the story really could happen. I'm gonna write my own realistic fiction story one day. That's right. It's gonna be about a super smart puppy. And this puppy really likes to dig. And maybe the puppy's name is something really cute like Pepper or something like that. And yeah, it could happen. And this puppy digs until one day, well, I can't tell you what's going to happen. It would ruin the story. But trust me, it could happen. Just like in this story, realistic fiction. Well, our comprehension skill, or the thinking that we do that helps us understand what we are reading, is called character development. Well, Mommy tells me that I'm quite a character all the time. I'm not really sure what that means, but I know that a character is who or what the story is about, and the development usually means to grow or change. So I think that character development mean how a character might grow or change. And since we were just working on the sequence of events last week when we read Whistle for Willie, I wonder if the way to understand the character's development in a story is to pay attention to how that character changes from the beginning of the story to the end. Whoa. I don't know where I learned all that. I'm kind of amazed at myself right now, like, who am I? Yep. Okie dokie, moving ahead. We'll just remember to pay attention to the character's words, actions, and feelings throughout the story. By paying attention to the character's words, actions, and feelings, it'll show us how they develop throughout the story. This story was written by Maria Puncel. Maria Puncel lives in Spain. Whoa, that's on the other side of the world, all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. If she lives in Spain, that means that she is Spanish, and she speaks Spanish, and so she writes her books in Spanish. Many of her books have been translated or changed into English so that we can enjoy them too, including her story, El Amigo Nuevo. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Yes, I know a little Spanish. Doesn't every puppy know a little Spanish? Anywho, the illustrator of this story is Ed Martinez. And did you know that he grew up with a painter in his family? That's right, his dad was an artist too, just like him. I wonder if my dad was a really good digger and I'm just like him too. Now, as a boy, Mr. Martinez got started by drawing horses. Now he draws pictures for magazines and books. Well, based on the cover, his illustrations look realistic to me. There's a ball in the picture, and I know balls are real because I love to carry them and chase after them and chew them and hold them in my mouth while I guard the house. Yes. Oh, but I digress. The New Friend by Maria Puncel, illustrated by Ed Martinez. What can you learn from someone who is from another country? Martin, Louis, and I lived in the city. Hey, I live in the city. Oh, sorry, Mommy says, eyes on the page, Piper. Next door was an old house. No one had lived there for a long time. Wait, that didn't sound right. Let's try that again. No one had lived there for a long time. I sometimes forget to look at all the way through the word, so if it doesn't sound right or make sense, I go back and try it again. Who is the narrator in this story? Why do you think so? One day, a work crew came with pails and brushes. They started to wash and paint the empty house. After they were done and the paint had dried, the house looked pretty and new. The next day, a big truck pulled up. It was full of crates and boxes. A crew unloaded the boxes off the truck. A new family would soon live there. Let's stop and check for understanding. Who am I reading about? Well, we're reading about the boys, Martin, Louis, and the narrator. And what's happening so far? The boys are watching the old empty house next door get fixed up because a new family will be moving in. It's good to stop and check for understanding every so often as we read. Today, Louis went over to the house next door. He met a boy called Makoto. Then we all met Makoto. Makoto was 7 years old, just like us. Well, I bet Makoto is a little nervous since he's new. I'm glad the boys went over to introduce themselves and meet him. That was very kind. Before long, we found out that Makoto played soccer. He could keep running and running. He was good at learning things too. He learned all of our names by the end of the game. Soon Makoto's family was all moved in. We met his mother and father. They were glad that Makoto had made some new friends. While Makoto's mother and father went to buy food, Makoto stayed and played with us. I really like that the boys are all becoming such good friends. Well, if I'm being honest, boys and girls, I don't actually have a lot of friends right now because I had just come to live with Mommy and then, now we have to stay home and Mommy tells me that we have to give each other lots of personal space. I'm not really sure what that is, but right now I'm trying really hard to make friends with everyone I see, especially my fellow four-legged, fur-covered geniuses that I always see out there taking their person out for a walk too. I just want to be their friend, but Mommy says not yet. Yeah. Oh, and just so you know, it's good to walk your people at least once a day. It's good for them and it's good for you too, as long as you give other people their personal space. I am still working on that skill. When Makoto's mother and father rejoined us, Martin, Makoto, and I helped them carry the bags into the house. Makoto said he would show us around his house. Then we went up to look at Makoto's room. Wow, the boys seemed very polite. They helped carry Makoto's parents' bags into their house. I try to help Mommy carry her bags all the time. I jump on them and paw at them, but she never lets me help. Makoto still had a lot of boxes to unpack. He had some nice toys and kites. He said that on the next windy day, we could bring his kites outside and fly them. He said I could fly a kite by myself. I don't know what a kite is, do you? Have you ever flown one? Then we went outside to look at Makoto's pictures from Japan. He had them in a green book. Wait, Makoto is from where? Japan? That's like on the other side of the world, too. On the first page, we saw Makoto's old house in Japan. On the next page, we saw Makoto's family in Japan. The last page had pictures of Makoto's friends. They showed Makoto's 7th birthday party. Makoto said he wished we could meet his old friends. Well, I see that in Japan they play soccer, they have birthday parties and homes. That's similar to how kids live here, right? At the end of the day, Makoto's mother and father repaid us for helping with cookies. We said please and thank you and ate up. Makoto's father said he had a new job in the city. Makoto would be going to our school. We were all glad about that. What are Makoto's parents like? What evidence from the text and pictures help you prove that? We said goodbye to Makoto and his mother and father. Then we went home to our families. We were glad to have a new friend next door. So, in the end, all the boys gained a new friend from a new place that they could all learn about. Maybe you want to write about something nice a friend has done for you. I'd love to read about that. Or you could make a list of, things that describe you and a list of things that describe your friend. And then you can show and talk about how you and your friend are the same in a lot of ways and also very different. You could make a contraction book to teach someone about contractions. Maybe you could show both words on one page and then the contraction on another. Then you could even illustrate it. Well, boys and girls, it's been a great time with you today, but I do want to tell you, I know we all miss our friends a lot right now, and we're all doing the best that we can to hang in there, and we just have to remember, it won't be like this forever. Someday I'm going to be allowed to lick your face, enjoy, and finally meet you. So until next time, try to remember, be helpful and kind. Bye-bye. Tell at least 3 things you do that make you a good friend. Ooh, I can think of things that make me a good friend, like I like to stay right by your side. I will shower you with lots of love and affection in the form of kisses. I will try to eat everything you ever hold in your hand. See, what makes you a good friend? Tell us about it. I suppose this is a realistic fiction story because someone new could move to your town and you could become friends and learn all about them and where they came from. Well, are you ready for this week's writing prompt that you're going to write and send to your teacher? Don't forget about using those capital letters, spaces between your words, and punctuation at the end of each sentence. My mommy says, no excuses, boys and girls. Whatever that means. All right, here we go.